How did ancient kids actually play? No plastic, no screens, no toy store at the end of the road, just a child, dirt under their feet, and 50,000 years of instinct telling them to run, chase, build, and pretend. They played every single day, the same way your kids do, and almost none of it would look strange to you. The toys were made of bone and clay. The games had no rulebook, but the laughter was real, and it echoes all the way to right now. Think about what play actually is. It's movement without a survival goal. It's pretending, building, competing for fun, and it is not a modern invention. Archaeologists, the scientists who dig up old human stuff, have found direct evidence of childhood play going back at least 10,000 years. Clay figurines shaped like animals, miniature pots too small for any adult use, spinning tops carved from stone, and the knucklebones, actual animal ankle bones used as dice, jacks, and game pieces across ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, and the Stone Age. These weren't toys parents bought, they were toys parents made or that kids found themselves. In Mesopotamia, the ancient River Valley civilization in modern-day Iraq, archaeologists found clay animal toys at sites dating back 6,000 years. In ancient Egypt, they found wooden dolls with jointed arms that actually moved. In the Indus Valley, a huge civilization in modern-day Pakistan, toy carts with actual rolling wheels. This was not a coincidence. Every civilization on every continent independently arrived at the same answer. Kids need to play. And that instinct runs so deep it shows up before farming, before written language, before cities, even before Homo sapiens. That's us, anatomically modern humans. Neanderthals, our extinct cousin species who lived until about 40,000 years ago, almost certainly played too. We've found carved objects at Neanderthal sites with no clear survival purpose. That is the archaeological fingerprint of play. Something made for the sake of making, something done for the feeling, not the food. That distinction, pleasure separate from survival, is older than you'd ever guess, and it tells us something important about what it means to be human. So what did prehistoric play actually look like, step by step? Start with the toys, because the toys came first. The oldest confirmed toys are clay animal figurines. Archaeologists found some in Moravia, a region in the modern Czech Republic, dating back 26,000 years. 26,000 years. These were not religious objects. They were small enough for a child's hand, worn smooth in a ways that suggest repeated handling. A kid picked that thing up every day, pretended it walked, pretended it charged, pretended it was alive. That is imaginative play. The exact same cognitive leap a modern 4-year-old makes with a plastic dinosaur. Now the knucklebones, actual ankle bones from sheep or goats. These small 4-sided bones were perfect for games. You could toss them like dice, scatter them and scoop them up like jacks, stack them, flick them, bet on them. Ancient Greek children played knucklebones. Roman children played knucklebones. Stone Age children played knucklebones. 5,000 years of the same game. Then there were the spinning tops, carved from clay, wood, or stone, found at sites across ancient Egypt, the Indus Valley, and China. The top spins on its own after you let go. That moment of release, watching something you made move on its own, was probably just as thrilling then as it is now. Now the games, not just with objects, with each other. Tag is the obvious one. There's no written proof of prehistoric tag, but there is physical proof. Archaeologists have found fossilized child footprints in ancient riverbeds and cave floors showing clear chase patterns. At Langebaan Lagoon in South Africa, human footprints estimated at 117,000 years old show what looks like a child running alongside an adult. Not hunting, not fleeing, just running together. Wrestling almost certainly existed too. Cave paintings at Beni Hassan in Egypt, dating to around 4,000 years ago, show children and adults wrestling in recognizable holds. The same holds, the same grips. You could teach those moves to a child today and they'd understand instantly. And there was building. Miniature shelters made of sticks and mud, small fire pits that children lit themselves, replica hunts, chasing animals for practice. Not meat, play was rehearsal. It was how you learned to be an adult in a world that could kill you. And the social rules of play, taking turns, arguing over who's out, making up the game as you go, were just as messy then as they are now. Here's where it gets genuinely strange. Play wasn't just tolerated in prehistoric communities, it was protected. Hunter-gatherer groups, the small roaming bands of humans who lived before farming, gave children extraordinary freedom to play all day. Anthropologists, scientists who study human societies, have observed this in modern hunter-gatherer groups that still exist today. The Kungsan people of southern Africa, the Hadza of Tanzania, the Batek of Malaysia. In all of these groups, children play for most of the waking day. Adults do not organize the games, they don't referee, they don't schedule. The kids run the game entirely. That complete child-run freedom is now considered by developmental psychologists, the scientists who study how kids' brains grow, to be essential for building emotional regulation, conflict resolution, risk assessment, the exact skills prehistoric children needed to survive as adults. But here is the twist that nobody expects. Some of those ancient toys were probably not for children at all. Certain clay figurines found at prehistoric sites, the ones in adult grave burials, were almost certainly spiritual objects. But archaeologists spent decades assuming anything small and figurine-shaped was automatically a child's toy. They got it backwards in a lot of cases. The line between play and ritual, between toy and sacred object, was probably blurry. A child plays with a clay mammoth all week. Then the shaman, the spiritual leader of the group, holds the same shape during a ceremony. Is it a toy? Is it a sacred object? Does the distinction even matter? In a world where every animal was both food and spirit, play and belief were probably the same act. And then there's one more detail that is genuinely unsettling in the best way. At some Paleolithic, that's Old Stone Age, sites, archaeologists have found child-sized handprints stenciled on cave walls, right next to adult ones. The child was there, in the ceremony, in the sacred space, not watching from outside, inside, playing, praying, painting, all at once. So here is what you're left with. A child 50,000 years ago woke up in a cave, grabbed a clay animal from the floor, ran outside, found their friends, and played until dark. No app, no structured session, no adult setting a timer, just the sun, the ground, and the game. Every instinct that pulls a modern child toward play, toward chase, toward pretend, toward building, toward competition, was already running inside children 100,000 years ago. The rules changed, the toys changed, the children didn't. The body that needs to play is ancient. The recess bell just replaced the sunrise.